Okay.
Bhante, you can see here that Peter has his hand raised. So, Peter, if you'd like to ask your question.
Yes, Peter, yes. What is the question?
Hi, Bhante. Thank you, Brian. So, since the Dharma is so extensive, would it be more correctly that the steps of investigation that you discussed, I believe, late last week or over the weekend, are really in iterative cycles to eventually achieve liberation?
Yes, investigation itself is very powerful as a fact of enlightenment, as what you call Bojjhanga, Sati Dhamma Vichaya, investigation. And investigation also is one of the factors of enlightenment and one of the 5 ways of attaining liberation. When we investigate what we do, we very carefully, mindfully, impartially examine our own thoughts, words, deeds, our own mental states to see where we go wrong, where we may go right. We can see, and then slowly we remove our defilements. As we investigate all the 7, 8 factors of Noble Eightfold Path, 7 factors of enlightenment, slowly become very clear to us, and we will see the way they all work together to free ourselves from suffering. And therefore investigation is very important factor of enlightenment. When we investigate, we don't investigate with biases, prejudices, with all kind of preconceived notions, theories, ideas, and so forth. We purely, clearly, sincerely investigate our own mental state. Our mental state is our Dhamma. Our thoughts, words, deeds are our Dhamma. And so we take us as a laboratory. In this laboratory, we slowly, mindfully check out everything. That is how investigation is. Investigation becomes a powerful factor of attaining total liberation.
Okay. I also have a question, Bhante. It has to do with the factor of investigation. It's mentioned as Vimamsa as part of the Iddhipadas, and it's also mentioned as Dhamma Vichaya in the Bojjhangas. Both are translated as investigation. But what is the difference between these two? They have very different Pali names.
Although the Pali names are different, but the meaning is the same. In the Iddhipada, Chanda, Chitta, Virya, Vimamsa, investigation. In Bojjhanga, it is Dhamma Vichaya. So, Vimamsa means investigating. What do we investigate? The Dhamma. We investigate the Dhamma in both places. So the words used separately, differently, but the function is the same. Bojjhanga as well as Iddhipada. Yes, there is no difference. We can use different words, but the meaning is the same.
So here's another one. Could you please explain what is Vitakka and what is Vichara?
Okay. Vitakka is thought. Vichara is sustained thought. Vitakka is, there are 6 kinds of vitakkas. Kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihinsa vitakka. These are unwholesome thoughts. Vitakka means thought. Or, in Noble Eightfold Path, step number 2, Samma Sankappa. I mentioned Miccha Sankappa, wrong thoughts. Wrong in the sense that it will not lead to liberation. What are they? Wrong thoughts. What do you call? Kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihinsa vitakka. Or kama sankappa, vyapada sankappa, vihinsa sankappa. These are wrong, unwholesome, negative thoughts. Positive thoughts are nekkhamma sankappa, avyapada sankappa, avihinsa sankappa. Or nekkhamma vitakka, avyapada vitakka, avihinsa vitakka. That is thought of letting go, nekkhamma vitakka. Thought of not getting upset or angry, avyapada vitakka. And avihinsa vitakka, thought of compassion. So thought of generosity or letting go, thought of metta, thought of compassion are wholesome thoughts. And when they appear in our mind any time, then it continues to stay in the mind for a certain period of time. That continuation of these thoughts are called vichara. Vichara. So the thought first arises in the mind, that is initial thought. And then it's sustained for a certain period, certain moments. That period of sustenance is called vichara. That is vitakka vichara. That is the meaning of vitakka vichara according to the Dhamma. Otherwise, in English we have initial application of thought, sustained application of thought, and so forth. These words are very vague, very confusing, narrow, difficult to understand. Therefore, we have to understand it according to the Dhamma, how it happens in the right context. According to the context, you see, Noble Eightfold Path, you have Samma Sankappa. Samma Sankappa, Miccha Sankappa. Vitakka Vichara refers to particularly Samma Sankappa. And they also have their antithesis, that is Miccha Sankappa. I think with this I want to end this morning session, and thank you for asking questions and thank you for participating. We meet again on Wednesday.